challenge with orchestration really is that, it looks straightforward and it looks simple, but it's all the depth, right? It's everything underneath the iceberg that has to work well for it to be successful in your organization. And it's really important that, anyone evaluating orchestration get that right, because it is a quote unquote high risk change, right? To get value from orchestration, you have to deploy it across a broad base of employees. And so when you deploy it, you want to make sure that thing really, really works. That's the number one thing. I think the number two thing that I would say is Zip is the only company in the world for the enterprise that does intake to procure to pay and can actually do the downstream for you over time. The beauty of intake and procurement orchestration on Zip, right, is that we have an AI-first experience. We kind of handhold them through the process. They don't need to understand the policy. They don't need to read policy documentation, because chances are they're probably not going to have the patience to read it anyways, right? So they can kind of just start their request not knowing anything, and we can kind of guide them through. But on the back end, ensure that every single check that should be cleared for compliance and for risk management is actually cleared. And that's why we've found tremendous success specifically in financial services, and we work with some of the largest banks in the world. Now, instead of shepherding each request manually through, we have to put another request into this system because the risk team works here, and compliance and privacy is here, and internal audit is over there, and managing that, procurement can now sort of be rest assured that the right checks and balances automatically have been triggered with the right teams and in the right systems. And now procurement can actually, and sourcing can actually focus on the value added work that, I think procurement and sourcing has always tried to do, but got bogged down in the fragmented process.